Use the Moivre's theorem to find 1 plus I raised to the power 8. Alright, so first of all, according to this theorem, it states that if I have z, a complex number raised to the power n, then this can be written in the form r cos n theta, like this, plus I sine n theta, which is raised to the power n. R here is raised to the power n, and this is the same as open bracket r cos theta plus I sine theta raised to the power n, like this. So this is what the theorem says. So first of all, what we're going to do is let's first find the magnitude, which is the modulus, as well as the argument of this complex number. So the complex number that we have is z is equals to 1 plus I. So if this is what we have, to find the modulus, we'll simply say the modulus of z, which is our r, is equals to the square root of 1 squared plus 1 squared, which gives us the square root of 2. Then to find the argument, which is our theta, we're going to say the tan theta is equals to, so the complex part is a 1 and the real part is also a 1, so this just gives us 1. This means that theta is equals to the tan inverse of 1. Now the tan inverse of 1 is 45 degrees or pi over 4. So this means that the argument of z is simply equals to pi over 4 or 45 degrees. So now that we have this expression, I want to write z in this format that we have here. We said that z raised to the power n can be written in the form r, open bracket, cos theta plus I sine theta. And all this is also raised to the power n. That's in polar form. So according to the theorem, then this can now be written as this part that we have here. So first of all, I have my theta and I have my n. In this case, our n is 8. So if I replace my n and my z, this is what I'll have. The complex number z is 1 plus I. This is raised to the power 8. So I'll say r, open bracket, cos theta plus I sine theta, and all this is raised to the power 8. So now if I apply this part here, I'll say 1 plus I raised to the power 8 is equals to r to the power n, like you see here. So that will be r raised to the power 8 multiplied by cos 8 times theta plus I sine 8 times theta. Now the 8 plus theta is what we have here as n theta. Now we have theta and we have r, so let's substitute. 1 plus I raised to the power 8 is equals to r, which is the modulus, is the square root of 2 raised to the power 8. Then I have cos. So in the bracket here, I'll have 8 times pi over 4 plus I. This is supposed to be in a bracket like this. Sine, again, 8 times pi over 4. Like that. So this means that what I obtain here will be 1 plus I raised to the power 8 is equals to. So for this part that I have here, remember, we have the root of 2, which is as good as 2 to the power half. And then we have power 8. So half times 8 gives us 2 to the power 4. So this right here is simply 2 raised to the power 4 multiplied by cos. In this bracket here, we can clearly see that this will become 4 goes there twice. So this will be 2 pi plus I sine, again, this would be sine 2 pi, like that. Okay, so let's bring it here. So 1 plus I, 1 plus I raised to the power 8 is actually equals to 2 to the power 4 is 16. Then open bracket, we have cos 2 pi. Cos 2 pi is 1. And then to this we're adding, we have the I, sine 2 pi. Sine 2 pi is 0. So this means that 1 plus I raised to the power 8 is equals to 16. Inside the brackets there, we just have 1 plus 0. So our final answer, 1 plus I raised to the power 8, is simply equals to 16.